Hello everyone, I'm Salty and today we're going to be talking about DBS Broly combos. We're going to start off with very simple things for beginners and such, and we're going to slowly move on to more complicated things that are still practical, so you'll be able to use them in a match. Let's get into it. So first of all, something that a few S Broly players don't know, you can jump cancel that. 5LL is jump cancelable, you can jump after it. I've seen a few that just go full auto combo. So unless you're going for style points, don't do that, just jump and j.LL. If you're gonna start a combo with DBS Broly, however, you should generally go like 2M 5M. You should try and go 5L 2M 5M if possible, cause it just gives you more damage, and more damage is always good with this dude. Like, damage is all he has, just kidding really, but like yeah. If you're gonna do a combo with him, make the most out of it, because his damage can go like really fucking high. So his mid-screen bread and butter, starting with 2L, you should always start your combos with 2L, unless you're like... You will start off with 2L most of the time, because this is your fastest button. Do not mash 5L for no reason. 2L is 6 frames, 5L is 10 frames. You will get smacked if you use 5L instead of 2L. But anyway, his mid-screen bread and butter, it will look something like this. And ending in 236M. However, if you're close enough to the corner, after j.LH, you can add a JS. And you can also add a JS before 236M. However, mid-screen it will never work, as you can see here. Important thing to note when doing combos with S Broly near the corner. JS if you do j.LL, as you can see here. She dropped out of it, because the hitbox on JS on startup is pretty ass. So the opponent needs to be higher than S Broly is. And if I do j.ML instead, it hits. It also works if you do j.LM. So either j.ML or j.LM, just not j.LL. The reason why j.LL doesn't work is because auto combos in this game like to track your height to that of the opponent. So like it basically autocorrects, so you aren't too low. The game tries to guarantee that your combo will land. So when you just press LL in the air, that counts as an auto combo, and the game will try its best to autocorrect your height to that of the opponent's. If you do j.LM, however, or j.LM, the height autocorrecting does not happen, and that's what allows Labco 21 here to end up a little higher than S Broly is, and allowing for the JS to connect. So your like round start or corner bread and butter would look something like this. Remember to do j.ML. I will keep emphasizing this until it gets in your head. There is actually a way to get JS mid-screen though, and it's this. Yeah, you can get a decent assist extension off that as well. So basically just 5LL and immediately jump cancel JS. You can get a pretty good combo off of that. If you happen to land a 5LL, keep in mind that's a thing you can do. Alright, when it comes to using multiple stomps in combos, the general rule of thumb is, for shorter combos, use 2 stomps. For longer combos, only use 1. So for things like, you know, mid-screen bread and butter, you can use 2MM if you want. You can do a double 2M, and for stuff like Vanish Confirms, it's also good to do this. But if you want to do longer combos, I wouldn't recommend it, because 2MM actually scales pretty poorly. It eats up a fair bit of hit stun, and just, you know, If the combo is long, it will deal less damage in the long run if you do multiple 2Ms. So there's that. An easy way to maximize your damage mid-screen is to use 236H in your combos like this. You're going to see that it gives you a shit ton of extra damage. So right here I've got pretty much 60 fucking percent for doing just like the basic bread and butter combo, but with 236H slapped on behind it. 236H adds a lot of damage, so whenever you have a little bit of bar hanging around, make sure to use it. Even if you realize a little late that you've got bar, you can extend off 236H even after jump cancelling. Just 236H and then run up j.LL should be the easiest to do. You also have the option to like do this. Run up j.L and then super jump cancel into j.LL, but it's a little more tricky to do. However, it has its own benefits, as it can allow you to side switch if you lean in close enough before the j.L, just like that. So it's worth keeping in mind. As for how to end your combos with S Broly, you have two options. You have this, just ending in 236M and nothing else. He doesn't always need a knockdown, because even if the opponent gets to immediately tech out, S Broly's j.L reaches super high. So you saw earlier that it even catches things like up tech. And even if they try to like forward tech, if you time it correctly, it will still catch them. Your second option for ending your combos is 236M assist 214M. It's good because it gives you a safe jump and a decent bit of damage. It's also fine to just do JDR at the end, and you know, just go for a standard safe jump. You can also do that. The reason why it's good to end in 214M is because it gives you a safe jump. Yes, this will hit. That JM will not whiff if it just catches them normally. It will not whiff. So you get a full combo there. After a 214 and knockdown, just whiff a 2L and then immediately air dash JM. Your third and best option for ending your combos is calling an assist and then do a grounded DR into 214M. And you know, safe jump Oki. Now the thing about this is, not all assists allow this to happen. Some assists launch high, like that for example. Z Broly A needs a little tighter timing in order for a grounded DR to work, but it's the most damage while still keeping a good knockdown with a safe jump. So yes, if your assist allows for it, if it keeps them grounded or just in place long enough, like Baseku A does here, definitely try and go for DR 214M. Another thing S Broly can do that's worth mentioning is this. So, if you happen to land the 214S with your back to the corner, which you probably will a lot, you can DP immediately after it. You can do his DP level 1 here, and then just Dragon Rush and get a nice knockdown. No, the world's yours from there. Just do whatever for Oki. So that's pretty useful, just for a little bit of extra damage there. Another option for ending your combos, which I kinda forgot to mention, is this. So 6H, 236S, and then 214S into DP super, and then jump up and Dragon Rush. It adds a fair bit of damage and should still allow you to get a standard safe jump. So it's pretty useful to know. It's also the max damage you can get, like after an assist. It does more damage than Dragon Rush 2 on 4M, so it will help you for TODs or for just clutching out a kill. A fun thing about S Broly is that he has a fuck ton of Super Spirit Bomb synergy. So let's see. Grounded Super. Check. Air level 1. Check. Air level 2. You guessed it. Check. So this guy can get Super Spirit Bomb from literally any combo with enough bar. I messed that up, that's okay. But yes, he can get it from fucking anywhere, and it's just really nice to have, just something to add on to his already really good damage. Pretty nice. As for things like basic assist extensions, I'm pretty sure the most S Broly can do is just do it with j.LH or with like j.236L, which is still fine because you know it's S Broly and it's gonna result in a shit ton of damage anyway. But personally, I would much rather keep my assist for the end of the combo to like get a good ender like Chew on 4M, because this guy's corner carry is fucking ridiculous. I'm just gonna do a quick bread and butter here. And blam, they're pretty much in the corner. That's like pretty much the easiest corner to corner in the game. So like yeah, I would definitely prefer to do Chew on 4M, assist Chew on 4M at the end of a combo rather than extending it. Because S Broly already does more than enough damage on his own. Now the corner is where S Broly's damage really skyrockets, which is nice because S Broly, as I demonstrated earlier, has zero trouble getting you to the corner. So a more damaging corner combo than the basic one I showed off earlier where I added a couple of JS's would just be this. 2M, 5M, 236M, and pretty much just the same combo I showed earlier. It's the same thing, but with 2M, 5M, 236M behind it. It adds a decent bit of damage, and if you finally got used to doing 5L, 2M, 5M, you should definitely go for this. Now, an interesting thing S Broly can do in the corner is this. His 5H has enough hit stun to link into 2L. The 2L will need to be timed correctly, so it might take a little bit to get the hang of it, but I would say it's definitely worth it, as you can do stuff like this. You know, just a little more ability to improvise with this combo. Look, that's like the easiest 50% of my life. So it's definitely worth knowing. Now we're going to move on to something a little more advanced, and this took me quite a bit of time to get down, so I hope I'll be able to explain it to you in such a way that it takes less time for you, because this is very useful and you're pretty much not gonna want to do anything else in the corner once you've got the hang of it. Let me just demonstrate. So that's 53% with a pretty good amount of bar build. Just an absolute shit ton of damage solo. This is where we get to the insane damage as Broly has. Alright, so let's explain how that works. We start off with a 5M, 2M, 236M, and then 5LL. but after that 5LL, you need to delay a super jump cancel. So like only after you see the explosion do you need to jump. And then once the 5LL explodes, you do j.ML, j.ML, as you can see in my input history there. Just j.ML, j.MLS as quickly as possible. And then super dash, j.LH 2L. So everything after 5LL needs to be done as quickly as possible. No delays whatsoever, not on the super dash, not on the j.LH. On the 2L, you might be able to time it. You probably should time the 2L after the j.H, but you can also get away with just mashing it. So delay your super jump cancel until after the explosion. You get plenty of time to do it. So that is S Broly's infamous JH2L link. He's pretty much the only character in the game to have a practical one, and it results in an absolute fuck ton of damage, as you saw earlier. Depending on your starter, say if it's with like a jump in JM or just a 2L, you're going to have to adjust the end of this combo, because if we start the combo with 2L here, she drops out of it, because the hit stun decay gets a little too much. In case you don't know how hit stun decay works, basically the more hits you cram into a combo at the start, the less you get to do at the end, pretty much. So like starting with 2L, that's like a couple more hits in, and lights and jump-ins tend to scale pretty hard, so your damage gets nerfed a little, and you just don't get to end your combos as you would with medium starters. But yes, that's basically the gist of it. You will have to adjust, and I will show you the enders for of the JH2L link here. So if you start off with a scaled starter like a jump in or just like 2L, you should default to this ender. Just 2L, 5L, 214M. If you want to get a solo knockdown with S Broly, that is all you will be able to do. You won't be able to cram in any more normals. So just 5L, 214M for solo knockdown. But it's likely that you will have at least one assist lying around. So to get the most damage possible while still getting knocked down with the help of an assist, you can do this. So that's the stuff. That is pretty good. Very nice bit of extra damage while still keeping knockdown. Remember once again that not all assists allow for a grounded Dragon Rush into 214M, so if your assist launch is high, just 214M. Like just do that, or just JDR. If you start your combo with a medium starter though, you can add quite a bit more to it. So that's 60 fucking %. Meterless. Fun character. So there I did 2L into 2M, and then just held down 5S until all 5 key blasts came out, then immediately 5H'd, and 214M'd. Remember, that's still 53% with solo knockdown, so pretty good. Now something that's just like a smidge advanced, but will definitely boost your damage. After any 236H, like grounded one, because if you do it in the air it won't work. you can do a 6H afterwards, like this. Figuring out the timing for it might take a little bit, but I'm sure you can do it. After all, you're a gorilla just like I am. Unfortunately, after an aerial 2-6H, this will not work. Yeah, they tech out a bit too quickly for that. And then after that 6H, you have a few options. So first one is that after the 6H time a 2L, it needs to be timed. You cannot mash it, or chances are it won't come out. I got lucky there. But yes, most of the time the 2L will not come out if you just mash it. Or it will come out, but it will be too late, as you saw. Another option you have after 6H is a fancy little rejump. Like that. So what I did was 6H and then super dash and then immediately instant air dash JM. And then 2L, super jump cancel, light. Like that. This is also gonna be a little tough to get down, but it's stylish as fuck, so I recommend practicing it, cause this man has a lot of goddamn sauce that's worth discovering. The most difficult but most rewarding option here is this. Yes, he has another j.H2L link. It says Broly. He needs it. Anyway, how do I do that? So I need to explain something first. When you super dash your opponent, there's a little bit of inherent height tracking, kind of like with auto combo, when you press another button afterwards. But if you delay the button after super dash a little bit, you will see Broly starts to fall down a little. So at that exact moment, that's when you need to press the JL. You need to delay it a fair bit. The timing for it is a little wonky, but it came to me pretty naturally when I first learned it, so I hope it will for you too. But yes, even I still fuck it up a lot, so you're gonna have to practice this a lot if you're gonna try it online. But it's definitely worth it because it results in a bajillion damage, as I'm going to show right here. Yup, she is dead. S Broly damage, gotta love it. So yes, that j.LH 2L link is definitely worth learning. You might be able to do it in a clutch moment online and just fucking laugh at your opponent for being dead. So yes, do consider learning. Okay, this is gonna be one of two very advanced links that I know of. Yes, he can do that mid-screen. However, the timing for it is very difficult and I cannot for my life get it consistently. As you can see, it's very tight and I absolutely would not recommend it ever online. It's pretty good. Like, if you can manage to do it, it's quite good as a confirm. Because you get to combo afterward. But if chances are you won't be able to do this online. Instead, you can whiff a vanish and still continue to combo. You get a fair bit of damage from it, so I would say that generally that bar you need for the vanish is worth it. Now the second very tight link that I know of is this. And you know, just combo from there. Once again, very tight link. Would not recommend doing this online either. If you can do it, sure, that's pretty cool. Meterless, confirm mid-screen is pretty nice, but wouldn't recommend it. Instead, you can just do something basic, you know, just vanish confirm it, and go from there, or something a little weirder. So yes, that is a thing he can do. For whatever reason, he can just throw certain assists with the other character too. I don't know if this works with like Z Broly, for example. I don't think it does. It only works with certain assists. But yes, this is possible. It's pretty wonky, it's kind of funny looking, and it actually seems like a pretty good confirm. But yeah, personally I would still recommend just vanish confirming. It's the most consistent way. And as Broly does need as much, he does need his assists as much as possible. So something sparking specific that I found pretty cool and also helps with TODs is this. So after a JS, I have no idea how the fuck that dropped, but alright. After a corner JS, you can air dash and then j.LH and then slap another JS in there for just a little bit of extra damage and meter build, which will come in handy. Another cool thing he has, spark specific, is this. So yes, basically, he has a spark-specific JH2L link that's more damaging. And here, instead of 5LL into a delayed super jump, you do 2M, 5M, 5H, and then immediately super jump JLM or j.ML. So, just 0 delays here. You just need to remember to actually consume Smash beforehand, because I don't believe it works off Smash 5H like this. Yeah, you can't do that off Smash 5H, so you need to consume your Smash somehow beforehand. But still pretty cool, and is also something used frequently in TODs. So, how is that helpful? Well, look at the bar on the left side. It's at 0. I have 0 meter, so that probably means I can't do too much like this, right? Well, my fellow gorilla, Broly would like to have a word with you. Yup, that is a dead character for a grand total of 0 bars. This is S Broly. I hope you'll enjoy doing combos with him, because this is just about everything I could think of to teach you. That TOD I just came up with wasn't even really optimal, by the way, because yes, it is possible to do better than that. It's possible to be like meter positive, I believe. So this character has like no fucking limits, pretty much. His combos are very freestyle, so he's just fun to mess around with. He's fun to pick up and play once in a while. You get to just snatch people and then fucking chuck them around. So I hope you enjoy playing him as much as I do. and definitely check out other S Broly players. I think I'm going to leave a link to Runnin on Wata's Twitter account, because he has an absolute shit ton of ridiculous S Broly combos that I believe you're definitely gonna want to check out. So have fun with that. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.